Well, hello fellow game developers, Brian Malloy here, and this video is going to be about how to incorporate our chunking mechanism into your current game, into what you have right now. So what I have on this left terminal here is it basically just the little solution to Project 3 that I kind of worked out during lecture. I don't know if you recognize it, and nothing explodes or anything right now, but I can track various things. And what I want to do now is let me just clean up and show you that in engine.h all I have is our usual, let me bring it up here, our usual vector of drawable star, which I call sprites, the usual thing, and into which I put, let me go down here to engine.cpp, and in there I put a few sprites. Where did I do that? Up here in here I did that. Okay, so I put some stars in there. We're going to explode all these things, we hope. Okay, so how do I do that? Well, it's tricky enough that I made some notes. So here are some notes, and I'm going to split this up into two phases. In phase one, I'm going to incorporate the chunk code into this directory. So we have it working here. Let me show you. This is an example in your repo. I'm in your repo, so I can explode all these things. I'll explode the snowball. Okay, this is the example. This is your repo, so you can get at this stuff. So what does it say to do here? I'll leave these notes in there for you. So first, we're going to do this in two parts. And in the first part, we want to add the chunking stuff over here, which sounds easy, but it's hard. Okay, so first copy chunk.star and exploding sprite.star over here from the chunks directory into your game. So this is going to be your game. So let's cp chunk.star over here to this direct. All right, let me just get the path. So I'm going to incorporate it over here. I'm going to do all this right in front of you so you can do it. So I do that. So put that, I'm sorry, so put that over there, cp exploding sprites.star over there, and we're going to cp sprite.star over there. Now we need that because, and then I have to copy over. Now that's going to do some things for us that we need. So copy chunk.star, exploding sprite.star, and sprite.star from this directory. Now, if in your game you've changed the sprite.h, you're going to have to incorporate those changes or, blend these together somehow. Okay, so we're on our way. We've done that part. Now, part two is add chunk.o and exploding sprite.o to the make files. So this is your make file. So what we want to do is, let me bring it up here, and we want to come down here. And in addition to sprite.o, we want to put chunk.o, and we want to also put exploding sprite.o. Okay, so that's the second thing. We've done that. Wow, we're making progress. Now this game data thing, you'll see that problem. When we try to compile it, wait a minute, that shouldn't work. Let me just see. So when we compile, yes, there we go, sprite.cpp. So if we go to sprite.cpp on line 5, of course, this is my fault. I am so weird about naming things. Let me see. So we've got to change this. And then also in chunk.h, I ought to fix that for you. Let me see. We've got to change it there. And where else? And in render context. Now in sprite.cpp, we're using render context to get image. The problem is that doesn't work. So we have to go down into sprite.cpp, go to line 37. And to get image, we have to go to the image factory. So we want to go to image factory to get that. Okay. And let's see if it compiles now. Now it compiles and it runs. And in fact, we can explode that star. Well, almost. If I hit something, nothing happens. Okay, we're getting close. Okay, we're done with part one. All right, part one, we have incorporated the chunk code. That wasn't too bad, was it? Into this directory, and we can run it. Nothing explodes yet, but we have the chunk code incorporated into our game. Whatever your game is at, however you've progressed during the course, you've got a game running, and we've got the chunk code in there. So now what we want to do is go to phase 2 here. Okay, now we're down here to part 2. Let's make something explode. Now, how do we do that? Well, first of all, we're going to assume that we want to explode everything in the game, even the player, depending upon how you've incorporated your player into the game. So we want to add a virtual function explode to drawable.h. So let me come up here to drawable.h, And let me put a virtual function we'll put it right here. So we're going to have a virtual function explode, and I'm not going to make it pure virtual, and I'm not going to make it const. What I'm going to say is std : I don't explode. Okay, and that'll be for anything that doesn't explode, and as you're going to see, that'll come in handy. Okay, so we're almost there for sprites at least. So okay, so some things maybe not explode, and we'll fix that. Okay, now let me just point out to you that in sprite.h, I have sprite.h already set up for you so it will explode. If you look here, there is an explode function right there, and I've set that all up, and you should read that code. But I'm going to actually redo that code for a multi-sprite, because let me just show you what we're going to do next. We're going to go down to engine.cpp, and we're going to get our first explosions now. You'll be shocked. Okay, so I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to look at this T. Let's see, 3YY, and I'm going to say if I hit the E key, then I want to say sprites of current sprite explode. Okay, sprites of current sprite explode. So let's see. That means we can explode sprites, that's for sure. So let me just go ahead and run this, and I can explode. Wait a minute. Wait, let me see. So let me explode. Wait, nothing's exploding. Why not? Let's see. Did I make a mistake in here? Let me just go back into engine.cpp and see what I did. If we hit the E key, if I hit E, then sprites of current sprite explode. That looks right, isn't it? Let's see, did I screw up somewhere? Current sprite, yeah, that should work. Let me make it. Did I not make it? Okay, let's see if it works. Oh, okay. So I had to sometimes you have to make, clean, and make with this make file. It's not the best make file in the world. And what we see is we need an integer tag in here. Didn't I say somewhere about adding? Okay, so I didn't tell you what to do here. So add a virtual function explode to drawable, and then we have to add this virtual function here, and we have to add the chunk information in game.xml. So we can get it from here. So I forgot to do that. So let's get this chunk information. Right here it is. I'm going to copy this chunk stuff. Here's what this says. This says when you chunk a sprite, when you explode a sprite, grid it. Make a grid 16 by 16 so that there will be 256 chunks. Now I can change that. We'll play with that if you want. And give each chunk a distance of 200 pixels, and once it goes beyond 200 pixels, it's no good. Now I've talked in a previous video about what a chunk is and how it has a distance. The video that comes right before this talks about the gone too far notion. So I'm defining too far as 200 pixels here. Okay, so I've copied that, and I've got to incorporate that into everything here that I want to explode. So that means I want to explode, not mountains and hills, I want to explode. Spinning star, I want to explode that thing, so let's put it there. Did I get it all? Yes. So let's see, we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 4YY. And we want to explode yellow stars. Is there anything else in here? That's all we've got. Okay, now we don't have to remake it, so now let's see. We exploded that. Okay, see now, I just tried to explode the spinning star and it says I don't explode. That's because the spinning star is a multi-sprite. Right now, all I can explode are sprites because, as I said, I've already incorporated that code into the sprite class that you copied from that directory. So we're well on our way. We can actually now explode sprites. Now what we want to do is explode multi-sprites, and I haven't practiced this, so I'll probably screw up, but let's see if we can do it. So I want to figure out how to explode a multi-sprite, because right now when I try to explode a multi-sprite, I call this virtual function explode, but there's no explode function in multisprite.h. You see? Oh, what am I doing? I want to go into multisprite.h, and if I go in here, you'll see there's no explode function. Not yet. We're going to put one in here. Okay, so we're going to say explode. Remember, it's not const. Okay, so let's see. So, oh, sorry. So we want to add this explode to here. Now, what else do we need to do? Well, we also have to add an explosion. So let's say exploding sprite explosion. So we'll put that there, which means we have to do this forward declare thing, class exploding sprite. Okay, and now all that we have to do to get this to compile, it won't explode yet, but to get it to compile is to add this to our initialization list. So let's go ahead and do that. So where are we here? This is drawable.h. Okay, so now we have an explode in multisprite. Let me go down to multisprite.cpp. Let me make this bigger. And so now let's see, right under images is where I put explosion, and I'm going to set it to null pointer. So we'll initialize that to null pointer. Let me come down here. So I did it. That is the constructor. I guess that's it. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to see if we want to do it. We have to write the function explode. Let me put it at the top here. What the heck? I want to put it right at the top so I can find it. So we want to write multisprite explode. Do you think we can do it? I don't know. This is so scary for me. But anyway, what we want to say is if it's not already exploding, then we want to make an explosion. Now, how do I do that? Okay, so I have to say explosion equals new exploding sprite, and I have to pass a sprite in there. Okay, so we need a sprite. So we need a constructor. Can't I just say sprite? I can't do this, can I? Boy, that would be nice if I could do this. Let's see, will that work? There's no way exploding. I can't put this in there because this is a multi-sprite. So I want exploding sprite. Now, what constructor do I need here? I guess let me look at the constructors for sprite. I didn't practice this, so I need to pass the name. Let me use this constructor: the name, the position, and the velocity, because we want this explosion to occur right where we are. So we need to pass, and then we have to do the get image. So we need the name of this class, its current position, its current velocity, and the get image. Okay, so let's do that. So I have to say, let me do it here. It's too complicated. So let me say sprite, and I need name. So is it get name? And what else do I need? Get position. Oh, sorry. Get velocity, and I need the image. I guess just, is it just get image? There's no way this is going to work, right? And then we'll just pass sprite here. Let me see, will that work? Of course not. Okay, where didn't it work? Sprite, field explosion has incomplete type in multisprite.h. Explosion has incomplete type. gvim multisprite.h. So explosion, oh yeah, that should be an exploding sprite. Star. Aha. Now let's try it again. Okay, so sprite was not declared in this scope. Multisprite 7. Line 7. Okay, it doesn't know what a sprite is. Nah. Are you serious? That can't be right. Invalid using exploding sprite here. Why? Oh, yes. I think we need, what does exploding sprite take? Do you like it that I'm making all these mistakes and wasting your time? Okay, it wants a sprite. That's what I'm giving it. Incomplete type. Oh, yeah, I know what's wrong. It's an incomplete type because I got to do that. Now we'll get lots more errors. Isn't that great? So let me go to the back top here. Oh my goodness, it worked. Okay, we're not done. So we got to draw. Okay, so we've created an explosion. I don't believe this worked, but we actually made an explosion. If it's not already exploding, explode it. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to come down here now to draw. And we want to say if explosion, let me see if I can spell explosion. If explosion, then, let me just see. What did I just do? Did I turn the sound off? There, it's back on. Okay, so if there's an explosion, then this is simple. I just want to say explosion, draw, return. Right? Otherwise, do this. And the same with update. So let me do 1, 2, 3, 4. 4YY. So the same with update. I just want to say if explosion update ticks, and maybe explode, but first I want to say if explosion get what? Get what? I want to see if it's done. So I want to see exploding sprite.h. How do I know if it's done? If chunk count is 0. Okay, if chunk count is 0. Okay, so if, where am I? I'm down here. If explosion chunk count equals 0, then, what did I do? Equals 0, then I want to say delete explosion explosion equals null pointer return. I think this will work. All right, let's see if this works. I'm so confident. Probably too confident. So let me see. Wait, stop that. Let me go up to the top and let me make it. Any errors? Oh my God, no errors. Okay, let's try to explode. Okay, we know we can explode a sprite. Let's get, there's the spinning star. It exploded. It actually worked. So this thing exploded. We can explode anything here now. Let me explode that baby. There you go. And watch, it'll come back. See, it comes back. Let's explode that one. Let's explode that one. Oh, they're fun to explode. Everybody likes Wait a minute, something's wrong. Wait, this code's wrong. Wait, let me see this. See, he keeps going. Why is he keeping going? There's something wrong in here. Let me see. Maybe I'll let you figure it out. I think the exploding sprites are working. So let me go, the spinning star, the multi-sprite. It's working correctly. You see that? But the sprites keep going. That's because there's a problem in sprite.cpp. The code that I thought I'd already written before and worked. And I would say that what's happening is explode. If not exploding, explode. Okay, where's the draw? If explosion, draw. Else image draw. That looks right. And update. Return. Why is that not working? If explosion, draw the explosion. Otherwise, draw the image. Not sure why this isn't working. There's a bug in here. I'm going to leave it there. I might add an addendum to this video once I figure it out. If you figure it out, send me an email because that's already, it would look to me like it shouldn't be drawing it. Okay. And I'm not sure why. Let's see if it works the first time, just for the fun of it. Let's find why let's get a lone sprite. What's going on? Okay, so let's explode. It does seem to work. Well, that seems to be working. Did that work? Maybe there's too many of them. I think it is working. I think this code's correct. I think what's wrong actually is in engine.cpp, I think they're on top of each other. That's the problem. I think the code is working, but I think they're on top of each other. So let me go up here to here, and I set object attract to 0, And let me get this number of stars. I'm going to fix that in the XML. I actually think this is working great. But let me go to number of stars up here. Number of stars, 17. Oh, we're not going to do that. We're going to make it 2. And you'll see that this is actually working. See? Yeah, it is working. So let me go to this other one there. I'll explode that. Wait, there might be... Yeah, see, I think that's working. Yeah, there's 3 of them. Yep, it's working correctly. Okay, I think they appear on top of each other. Okay, that's it. No mystery. I think we've got chunking working. I'm going to end this video now. Happy exploding, happy gaming. Brian Malloy over and out.